Hello and welcome to episode 7 of The Journal. I'm Steve Dowson, and as promised last week, we have a lot of different stories on today's show. From the lifestyle of J.D. Keys to the touching life of baby Jada Ferriman, suffering from biliary atresia, a fatal liver disease, and you definitely won't want to miss our live performance with Paul Hunsero, shredding on guitar from local Toronto band Storm Their Shows. So strap yourselves in and get ready for this emotional roller coaster. Let's get rolling. Welcome to The Journal. Our first story, by producer Dennis O'Connor, is about a 19-year-old student who works for several charities that benefit the less fortunate in third world countries. His main focus is to spread the word of awareness by speaking to high school students all over Ontario. His long-term goal is to start his own charity. Let's take a look.
I grew up in Ajax, Ontario. I've been raised Catholic. My mom has been a chaplain for about 7 years now, and she's always raised me with Catholic morals, values, and all of their teachings. In high school, I was heavily involved in the social justice program, peer ministry, and I was a retreat leader, doing as much volunteer work as I possibly could. And after high school, I moved to France to play soccer, and it was there that I realized that I needed to do something a little bit more with my life, something that I would feel more fulfilling. And I decided from this point on I needed to dedicate my life to helping others in need. And that's when I came home and I got in touch with Development and Peace. Development and Peace is a Canadian Catholic organization that runs solely all through Canada, and it's a non-profit organization. And it was founded and started by the Bishops of Canada. And we have about 13,000 volunteer members, which is the basis and the backbone of Development and Peace, because without the volunteer members, Development and Peace wouldn't be able to run fully. We run campaigns like Share Life, Share Lent, and these campaigns are to help fundraise money for us and for our mission. And basically what Development and Peace does is their main significance that differs them from other organizations is the fact that we don't try and implement our Western ways of change. We simply help to fund other organizations in countries that are trying to make a change in their own countries, because they know what's best for their country and the change that they need to make. So we financially try and support them, but also learn from them about what's going on and try and bring awareness back to Canada and educate people in Canada about different social justice issues going on in other countries.
Okay, so I went on the student day when I was in grade 12, and it was during the water campaign, and I got to meet Luke. So for all of you guys who went, you probably would have met Luke Stocking, and he's kind of the leader for Central Ontario with DNP.
And as part of the student days, we give students the opportunity to stay in contact with us. They fill out information. So I got Daniel's MSN contact. He was on there with a whole list of other youth. And to be honest, if you had asked me after the student day, which of these students here do you think are going to be the future leaders of Development and Peace, I probably wouldn't have picked him. He was too well dressed.
2%, such a small percentage of the world, controls half of the world's resources. So like I was saying, countries in Africa who are rich and flourishing in resources, they don't even have access to it.
And this year our campaign is in the Canadian mining industry.
Each one of these individual black boxes represents a Canadian mining company that has performed some sort of injustice in a different part of the world. So as you can see, all through the global south, there's been injustices served by these Canadian mining companies.
And we have these cards right here, which we ask people to sign, and it's our petition. The top half goes to the Prime Minister, and the bottom half goes to your MP. And basically, what it is that we're trying to do is to force the Canadian government to implement a change holding Canadian mining companies, or registered Canadian mining companies, responsible for the injustices they do outside of Canada. So far, we have a bill in Parliament right now called the C300, and that bill is basically what we would like, and that's to essentially hold companies responsible for the injustices that they serve outside of Canada.
Hi, can I speak with Mark Collin, please? Yeah, I'm a constituent in Mark Holland's riding, and I'm an active member of Canadian Catholic Organization for Development and Peace, and we're supporting Bill C300, presented by John McKay, and we've generated hundreds of thousands of signatures to support legal mechanisms like Bill 300.
How'd it go? What did he say?
He said he's not sure because it hasn't been talked about in front of him, and he's not really involved in that, but he said that he will leave him a message saying that a constituent has called in request and an urge to vote for C300.
Okay.
So
Hopefully you will.
My partner for the presentations with Development and Peace, Tasha Miller Francis, is also my partner for our own charity that we'd like to start. It's called Desire to Inspire, and basically it's both of our aspirations is to become inspirational leaders to the youth who need guidance, and we like to in our charity work for providing assistance in all people in need for all different social justice issues, not just one specifically. One particularly though that I have become very interested in and doing my research in is human trafficking, and on Facebook I have started a group called Put an End to Human Trafficking, and basically it's just my way of trying to educate people on what's going on in the world that we don't really get a chance to see and to witness. And I think education is a very powerful tool because we can't implement a change without understanding what's actually going on.